Tonight's game, I hope you guys like to read, because tonight's game is actually a book. Tonight's game is the Dragonriders of Pern. This is actually from my personal collection. It's the first 3 books as one book. No, I actually have it down here for real this time. Dragonriders of what's it called? Dragonriders: Chronicles of Pern. Even though the way the text is stylized on the cover wouldn't make you think it was said that way. But I had to look at the spine of the case to be like, yeah, which part comes first? This game... this game... For having a dragon on the cover and on the title screen, it features a distinct lack of dragons from what I remember. I remember turning this game on, and it's basically a fetch quest to get... Okay, so let me try to bring you up to speed. The game is going to do this as well, but let me bring you guys up to speed on this game. So there's a dragon. So dragons and their riders are like bonded psychically for life, and they can't change that. And women who are dragon riders are called werewomen. W-E-Y-R, not were as in they turn into women under a full moon. So there's a dragon who's bonded with a werewoman whose rider dies, I think, and the dragon has laid an egg, and it's a big important deal because everybody has to congregate around there so the dragon can imprint on its rider, and you know the rider moves in with the rest of the people that are dragon riders, and they defend their planet from something called the Red Star, which is a comet that has an alien life form on it that just devours organic matter. And every so often, every 100 years or every few hundred years, it gets close enough to the planet where some of it like sprinkles off onto the planet, and then they have to go fight it and stuff like that. So I'm kind of giving you guys a crash. This is kind of what we did. This is kind of what we did in when we streamed the game. I gave you guys a real breakdown of the fucking books. I used to read these books when I was in high school because I was a fucking nerd, okay? So, so we forget the name of the guy that we play as. But you wake up, you have to oil your dragon. That is not a euphemism. You have to put oil on his scales to keep his hide shiny. And then before there's a big meeting of people in the Dragon Riders, congregation to find out what they're going to do about the deceased rider, and what's going to happen with the dragon and the upcoming hatchling and those sorts of things. So we have to make that meeting happen by running errands for everybody who needs to sit at the table. And it was a pain in the ass. We tried figuring it out. We didn't get far enough in it. We managed to get outside of the Dragon Riders castle, or whatever, the cave system, and the game really opened up, but it was too little too late, because I was like, man, we don't have time for any of this. We can't do any of this on the show. So we just kind of ended it. No dragons, no nothing. So we are going to take a crack at this again and see if we can't make that student council meeting happen, and let's get some dragons in this Dragon Riders game. Anyways, tonight's drink is Rain, orange dreamsicle. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. The cream part, the dreamsicle part, little too pronounced. Pay attention, this is important.
Whose third planet was perfect for colonization. Man named it Pern, and launched 3 immense colony ships that scythed across the vast reaches of space. After abandoning their craft in orbit, they settled on the planet below. As their new lives flourished on Pern, a new enemy approached. Every 200 years, the Red Star passed close to Pern. Deep within the tail of this comet, life existed. A single-minded parasite known as Thread. An enemy without conscience or feeling, whose only instinct was to destroy and devour the food-rich hunting grounds of Pern so it could survive. There was no escape from its appalling attacks. As the thread hit the ground, it destroyed all organic life it touched. The colony was ravaged and was forced.
Yeah, see, I was kind of right with my summary.
As thread laid waste to their equipment, destroyed their technology, and brought them to breaking point. With hope evaporating and on the verge of extinction, they turned to an indigenous form of life to save them. By genetically modifying fire lizards and utilizing their effective defense system, they created a new race of vast dragons. Named after the Earth legends they resembled, the fire-breathing reptiles took to flight to sear thread from the sky. When the battle was over, the settlers returned to the simpler life. With the passing of time came the fading of memories. As time passed, they forgot about their home, about the machines that forged the land in which they lived, and eventually, about the spacecraft floating in orbit. And now when thread falls, the air is filled with the cry of dragon song, as the Dragon Riders fly in formation again.
Flux is asking, is this technically sci-fi? I would say yes, it is. I would say, I mean, my school kept it in the science fiction section. Look at that magnificent beast! Look at that! Who wouldn't want a piece of that? Here we go, new game. Oh, there is a rider on the back of the dragon.
It was nearing the end of the 7th pass.
Oh, is it doing the run like hell thing where the audio is like equalized like shit?
The candidates prepared themselves for the ceremony to begin. The two could not have been more different. The elder, Roth, driven by ambition and family expectancy.
This guy makes some choice expressions, by the way.
Thought and consciousness to become one with him. The other, Dalcor, was filled with fear. He had heard the tales about the dangers these ceremonies held. And when the egg cracked, the fledgling dragon began to make his way out of its shell. Roth stepped closer, pushing Dalcor aside, ignoring all sense of occasion and respect. The crowd stood on in awe and waited for the beautiful creature to break into the Pern air and select its rider for the first and only time. Roth leaned forward, waiting for the dragon to reach out and touch his mind. But the dragon pushed past him, knocking him to the ground, and advanced over to the terrified Dalcor. The young boy stared back, petrified, as the awesome beast studied his face. Then deep within his mind he heard a voice calling him soft and comforting. "Greetings, Dalcor. I am Zenth." The dragon spoke, using Dalcor's new dragon name. Zenth had chosen him. They were now as one, their thoughts intertwined forever. Dalcor had become a dragon rider. Roth stared on, bewilderment and confusion plain on his face. How could such a mighty animal possibly not select him? All his expectations were suddenly shattered as he pulled himself off the rocky floor.
Have fun being a janitor, kid.
With his new soulmate, Roth looked up to see his father turn his back, devastated by his son's failure, abandoning him to wallow in his own dishonor. Roth cried out to his father, but his cries fell on deaf ears. They had gone. Disgraced by his family, Roth was sent to Healer Hall in a bid to salvage his career, whilst the timid Dalcor grew strong and followed his destiny to the skies, with Zenth at his side forever.
So, what are human dragon lifespans in Pern? That I forgot. I don't remember that. Oh, I love this Quake map. There will be some recycled jokes, okay? They must have really been proud of this. That took a whole loading sequence to show that. Look, that's us. And that's Zenith?
Good morning, Nicole.
Zenith.
Bad dream?
Too much wine is all. A new shipment from Bendon arrived last night.
I know.
Everyone had a good time, though. Just as Nalaya would have wanted.
She was a good whalewoman.
Nalaya's the one who passed
We
away.
missed around here.
None will miss her more than Marath. She is desolate and risks leaving her clutch.
A gold never leaves her clutch, with or without their werewoman.
There is always a first time.
Then we must find a new werewoman for the golden egg in the hatching ground. I'm sure Sabor realizes the situation.
He does.
Oh god, that yawn. It looked like a Gmod pose.
Your hide and your belly are all you think about.
My hide needs oiling. The oil is on the shelves, unless you knocked it off in a stupor last night. The brush should be nearby.
First mission of the game. You don't get to ride a dragon, you gotta oil your dragon. It's like a fucking car. Oh right, and there's Resident Evil controls in this game. Here's the oil. Oil for your dragon's skin.
Would you like me to tell you how to use items in your inventory?
Yes, please remind me of my inventory. I don't remember.
I think with my clouded head that would be useful.
Open your inventory by pressing the inventory button.
You couldn't say what letter that is? Buster Keaton Rules is like...
Whichever item is in the large circle on the
God
right.
damn it. He's not gonna shut up now.
Use when you press
Buster Keaton Rules is like, I got here just in time for the Dragon Loop scene.
Make sure that the item is in your pocket, and then press the use button.
This is why having a psychic link to anything is a problem. Okay, we need to go in here. There's a broom in here, right? The brush? A brush for oiling your... yeah. We were just supposed to find that. Let's read this note. A note to your...
Whichever item is in the large circle on the right.
Even when I'm trying to read a note.
Will use when you press the use button.
Just because you got anytime minutes with my brain, Zenth, doesn't mean that you can just fucking intrude on what I'm doing.
Then press the use button.
To stop Zenth making my drunken head worse, he's told me that I have to get my knife back from Catan in the next cave. I'll do it first thing in the morning. For now, I will sleep. At least that will stop the room spinning. Okay. Let's go oil our dragon and fight with this camera angle. Hey, buddy. Not pressing the right button?
Whichever item is in the large circle on the right is the item you will use when you press the...
We just walked out of the cutscene.
Walk over to me. Make sure that the item is in your pocket.
Zenth! One thought at a time! A is interact, X is use.
Yugath has told me that Sabor wants to meet with you and the rest of the wing later in the day.
Regarding a new werewoman, no doubt.
A search is required. No suitable candidates are here in the weir. We must go to the holds.
I'm not sure the other riders will like that too much. They think hold stock is inferior.
Nonsense. It is what is on the inside that is important to us, not where they come from.
Don't let the old men's dragons hear you say that. You know that rigid tradition is all that drives them.
The Red Star has almost passed. Soon traditions will have no meaning.
Perhaps. It has been known that the Hold Lords will begin to question our purpose on Pern. We shall have to wait and see.
Ain't that some shit? Like, just because the comet shows up every 200 years, that's like 3 generations, right? Where there's like peace. where people can like relax and unwind and be like, okay, the comet's not here. But then, like, in that time when people are lax about it, the powers that be are like, do we really need these Dragon Rider people? Do we really need them? Yes, you do. Because when that fucking comet comes around, you're going to be glad you had them, because they're going to protect you from the fungus that destroys everything, you fucking idiots. I don't know who the little dragon is that's following me. He's like Navi.
Craftmaster Dawn has let me know that your writing gear is repaired from the thread scores on it. You can pick it up whenever you like. And do something about your sore head. It's setting me on edge.
So, like, if Decor...
Thanks, Ed. I will.
If Decor's, like, thinking about porn, does that mean that the dragon is also thinking about porn? And vice versa? Actually, I can answer that. I think the answer is yes. Because the books get way into, like, dragon mating and the effect it has on their writers. I won't get into that on the stream because I'll leave it at that. But Anne McAffery thought of that. There's a lot of exposition about it. Let's go get our knife. 2 minds, 1 hangover. It's the worst. Hey, buddy. Give me my knife.
Hello, lad. How's the head?
Oh, this is the scrunchy Christopher Walken guy.
Brent, too. Nothing worse than a dragon with a sore head. I'll bet Natoth is fuming this morning after what Nath did last night.
And what did Nath do?
You don't know? Well, far be it from me to tell you and risk the fellow further embarrassment.
Nath?
Very well. Zenth tells me I left my knife with you last night.
I took it from you after you decided to scribe your name in one of the gaming tables.
And that bend in wine was to blame. I hardly ever drink it.
I'd better show you how to use that knife in the way it's intended.
Please, I'm hungover. Yeah, let's take the refresher course, because I don't remember. This menu scares me. Like, there's a lot of space here. There's the 4 along the side, and then there's like the 8 down at the bottom, and then there's like 5, there's like a column of 5, and then a column of 4, where there's a bunch of little things, and then there's another column of 5, and then there's like 5 buttons off to the side, and like
right. Arm yourself. Go into your inventory and select the knife.
If you're not fast enough, they kick you out of the inventory. I thought I was safe here.
Right. To use the combat stance that Jacob taught us when we were weirlings, press the action button. Good. You've kept your form, I see. Whilst holding the action button, you can circle around your enemy by pressing left or right. Give it a try.
Yeah, oh yeah, the dragon is floating above his head. The dragon is like Navi.
Now press forward once to do a light attack. Easy, lad. You nearly ripped my shirt. Now press and hold forward to do a heavy attack.
Alright, kiss your shirt goodbye.
Excellent. Bear in mind, though, that a heavy attack takes longer, and you'll be vulnerable for a moment. Watch your enemy and how they move to gauge when is a good time to strike.
Oh, hang on. I gotta assume... Do I have to hold the action button?
for today. I'm worn out before I've begun.
Yeah, I got a couple knife wounds in my fucking gut now, thanks.
You have just earned your first skill. There are many more to find on Pern, all of which will give you enhanced abilities. To obtain them all will be a difficult task, as you must find a person with that skill to teach you. Also, you cannot use a new weapon until you are taught how. Press the inventory button to see which skills you have obtained. They are shown on the left. When you find a new one, then that skill badge will appear in its own slot. Would you like me to repeat that?
No, because you took like 15 minutes to say that. Okay, so those 8 little things, those 8 circles down there on the bottom are my skills. So I've got knife skills, so that's where those go. I don't know what the 4 circles are on the left. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I just now realized that Zenth is telling me to, like, go fucking work on getting, you know, finding a new werewoman, and I'm over here having a knife fight, and he's like, good job. You've leveled up. You've done it. I said last time when we streamed this game, I started laughing because the dragon sounds like Moses from South Park, where he's like,
I desire macaroni pictures.
And I couldn't stop laughing. Like every time the dragon would start talking, I would start laughing because that's what I would hear. Okay, so here's the big room that we're at. This is where we got to get the student council meeting set up. Hey, Lock-in. Lock and load, my man!
Where did I put that journal?
Have you lost something?
My journal.
Well, where did you leave it?
I forget. It's not that it's got any personal things in it, but it contains a list of all the skins here and what's on them. Oh, I can't file anything without it. If you find it, be sure to bring it back, would you?
I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, so this is the beginning of all the
You look
fetch
a little
quests.
Confused. Do you know your way around the weir? I only say as I have a map I could give you.
A map sounds good.
A map sounds good.
Oh, now where is it? Here. You can look at it by pressing the map button.
Of course.
Different maps will highlight.
Why would
different
it be
parts
any
of
other
the
button?
location. Some may even lead you to hidden areas.
Thanks. I'm sure this will be useful.
This is like a big tapestry. Did he give us a local map? Yeah. This is the map he gave us. Looks like a 3-year-old drew it on fucking crayons. You can kind of see where we came from, because up in the upper left, there's Zenth's lair, and then Decor's room next to it, and then there's Branton Catan. That's the guy I got the knife from. And then we're here in front of the library, talking to Jackoff or whatever his name was, and we can't go into the reading room because they won't let us in there because for some reason. If we try to go in there, I forget the reason, so let's find out.
And where do you think you're going?
What's behind that curtain?
The Wingleader's private reading room, and only those of considerable reputation are allowed in there, I'm afraid.
Yeah, so we increased our knowledge by being told that we can't go do something. Hey, Vikai.
Who are you?
There's like 5 of us that live in this place, man.
Well, Decor, when at least you become more conversant, perhaps we will speak. Go now, I'm busy.
We need to become more conversant. I walked up to you and said hello. What do you... What, should I bring an attraction sign next time? There's very specific naming conventions for all of the characters in Pern. Like, you've noticed all of the men have names that's like something apostrophe something else. And that's adhered to very strictly, whereas the women don't follow that. And none of the dragons have names like that. They've all got, you know, Zenth or whatever, and so forth and so on. Wait a minute, this map is bullshit. I'm confused. Oh no, Sabor is further. He's the other way. He's past this guy. He's right here. I don't think. Can we go in here? Okay, that's inaccessible. Okay. Now this is the part of the map that looks like shit. If we duck in right here, there's Vahut. Hey, Vahul.
Good morning, Decor.
Bahal, I didn't see you at Nalaya's farewell last night.
I was on watch. As a consequence, I am exhausted beyond measure.
I take it you had heard about our Wingleader calling a meeting.
Of course, and I look forward to it, but first I must rest.
And I don't suppose you've heard anything about Naeth either.
Bits of things passed to Piath from other dragons. I know that Azoth is not happy with Naeth. It is worrying when a dragon dislikes its rider.
I'm sure it's only temporary.
Perhaps. Now, please. The need to sleep is weighing me down.
Of course.
Actually, are you heading down to Fabenzweir? If you are, as I am utterly spent, would you give this skin to him?
Skins are like papyrus. They're done on animal hides, though.
And he requested some of them from me.
I'm sure I'll bump into him at some point.
So, if that sounds weird...
Thanks, Decor. My duty to you. If someone could wake me once the meeting starts, I would appreciate it.
What's up, Crispin Glover? Oh, Neth. He's the guy that was acting the fool.
Good morning, Decor. I trust you had a good night last night.
Don't start, Ned. I've had enough from Zenth. Anyway, I heard that your night was better than mine.
I'm so embarrassed, Decor. The news must be all round the weir by now.
Pretty much. But no one seems to be able to tell me what you did.
Well, it's rather a sorry affair. Azoth is ready to mate, and we Green Riders have a tendency to... How shall I put it?
Yeah.
Become on edge when our dragons are ready to fly.
They put that in the game.
So much so that between Azoth and the Bend...
Forgot about that.
I think I may have become a bit too forceful in an argument.
How forceful?
I think I drew my knife on someone, but I can't remember who.
By the first egg, what are you going to do?
Well, I would apologize, but I don't know who to apologize to. And I'm afraid to go out of my weir for fear of a dagger in the back. Do you think you could see your way to finding out who it was and apologize?
Yeah, I'll find out who you fucking drew a knife on.
Well,
you have to do all these quests.
I'll ask around for you.
Thank you, Decor. You do me a great honor.
Yeah, I remember when we were playing this game. At first, I was like, I remember in the introductory segment, I brought up about like dragon intercourse and mating and how it fucks with the riders as well. And I wasn't expecting it to be in the game, let alone the first like 15 minutes of the game. So I was like, oh, I guess we're going there, huh? So yeah, he's, yeah. Lita! Lita! We're
Good
having some...
morning,
Okay.
Nicole. You looked like you were having fun last night.
I was, what little I can remember of it.
Nalaya would be pleased to know we celebrated her life so vigorously.
And some more vigorously than others.
You mean Nev? He made a proper display of himself, so I hear. I didn't see anything but rumors of flying this morning about him and one of the kitchen staff.
Yes, I've already spoken to Ned. Apparently he...
Never mind that now. I'm glad you've arrived, Nicole. I found this book in the gambling hall last night, and I don't quite know what to do with it. I don't know who it belongs to.
I think I know. Lockin the librarian has lost his diary. It may belong to him.
Would you take it to him, Nicole? I have to oil that off.
She's got to oil her dragon, too. And I'm not talking about the big flying one.
Of course.
Well, best get busy.
Nicole?
Yes?
Do you know what day it is?
Your birthday?
The same day it was when you found me that pearl last time.
Your name day?
Could be, Nicole, could be. But don't worry yourself with it. I'm sure you have more important things on your mind.
Decor, you remember what trouble that caused last term, don't you? You spent days searching for a pearl, letting your wear duties slip. Bronzes and greens are never...
I know, Zenth. I know.
Good. We do have more important things to do than fishing, Decor.
No, we don't. So yeah, that's also another fold to the I guess the world building is that depending on the color of your dragon, that's like a status symbol. So like what Zenth is referring to is that greens and bronzes don't mate, they don't become partners or whatever. Talking about the riders, because you become identified by the color of your dragon, I guess. So that's what they're making a big stink about. What's up, Salon? What, you got bugs? You smashing bugs? Can I help?
I hear Sabor is calling a meeting. Will you be there?
No.
Of course.
I suppose I'll have to attend as well. Although I can't stand to be in the same room as the man. He sickens me.
Such bitterness is not good for the Winged Salon. You should curb your anger.
I lost my
Is one of his
eye
eyes...
down that
Okay, I was about to say, is one of his eyes fucked up?
He does not know how to control his wing during thread battle. And one day I'll make him regret what he did to me.
Thread is an unpredictable foe. I have no love for Sabor either, but you cannot blame him for Thread.
Well, he's a lot nearer than the Red Star. And to have that blackguard Catan take my place as wing second just because they believe I am no longer suitable for duty. Apparently my eyesight affects my ability to fight.
Salon, why are you so angry?
I apologize. I suppose Nalaya's death was a bigger blow than I first assumed. And with Neeth's timely performance last night...
Yes, I've spoken to him about that. I'll leave you for the time being. You look like you need to be alone. I'll see you at the meeting.
Yes, you will.
There's some guys gambling in here. Yeah, there they are. Hey, Taman, where's Pumbaa?
To this gambling fool?
Aye, and I share my wits too, knowing the way he plays.
Are you calling me a cheat?
It's Brack.
No, just a man who's unreasonably lucky with dice.
Well, I shall leave you to it. I'll see you at Sabor's meeting later on.
I suppose, although I think the more traditional among us will not like what he has to say.
Let's talk to Brack. Brack.
Decor, you're up early. I bet your head feels a bit thread-beaten, doesn't it?
I felt better.
Now, about that gambling debt you owe me.
Waiting for the guy named G-Box.
I must have been drunk.
The look on your face. You were right, Timon. That was a good prank. You have no debt, lad. At least not with me.
You're sharply in here this morning.
The dice were unfair last night. I need to cover my losses, and Timon here offered to play a few rounds with me.
And we nearly lost our table, too, when you decided to carve your name in it.
Until Catan stayed your hand.
My apologies. Well, I shall leave you men to it.
Clear skies and fair weather, Decor.
Give me these.
Excuse me, Decor, but we are using those.
You can have them back after you've attended the meeting.
Yeah. Fuck you. Clear skies and friendly whatever, my ass. Get out there and go to the meeting. Go on, get.
Who died and made him Wingleader?
Get. Hey, how's it going, Faben?
Oh, it's you. What do you want?
I wanted to talk for a while.
I suppose you've heard about this meeting with Sabor?
As is every writer, I presume.
I think it's disgraceful that we have to lower ourselves to look for inferior stock in the holds. It is breaking tradition.
If breaking tradition allows us to have a new werewoman and save the future of our dragons, then so be it.
But the were has always bred people for impression. Especially the werewoman.
Why are you so afraid of change? Do you think that now the holds and halls have little use for us, they will begin to question our purpose?
Quit being so Republican, Ben.
Dragonriders are the only reason their homes have not been razed to the ground and their flesh seared from their bones.
And they should be grateful? They do provide for us after all. It's a fair exchange.
Wary teeth, man. The riders are superior in every respect.
Hey.
Apart from some idiot greens like Nueth. There are some characters out for his blood after his escapade last night.
No one seems to be able to tell me what he did. I think Sabor may have something to say on the matter.
Shells, man. Sabor is a fool, as are most of the riders here. Always talking about how things must change with the times. Well, I'm too long in the tooth to start thinking differently. The current ways have lasted for hundreds of turns for a good reason. They won't change now. You'll see.
And then Bernie wins. Watch, if we open up, or if we press our inventory button, yeah, see? Those little spirals, yeah, strength, knowledge, and the top one is, I guess, health, or heart, or whatever. So it's heart, health, knowledge, reputation, and strength, I think.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello,
Emara.
I was just admiring your work.
Thank you. I call it the world of Pern tapestry. When it's finished, it will show the whole of Pern in fine detail.
Well, that's badass.
Very beautiful.
In order to complete it, I need someone very reliable to gather information for me. Someone whose reputation precedes them.
Well, check this shit out. I already got one. Who's in here?
Oh, a dragon rider. Thank the first egg.
What's the matter, Julian?
Oh,
You
this
seem
is...
distressed.
She lost her kid.
It's my boy, Jim. He's been gone all night and I'm worried out of my mind.
Where was he seen last?
He went to the wereball last night to play with Jax and the other children, but never came back.
I like how you can just dismiss her by saying, oh, he's probably fine.
Well, I better go and see if I can find him.
Thank you. My husband, Mulan, is already out looking. If you see him, he may be able to help.
Yeah, probably not. Is there anything? I'm looking around for like stuff to pick up. There's all these rendered rooms that we can go into, but some of them are just barren. I tell you what we can do. Let's go back and give that guy his journal. He might need that. Hey, Bookman.
Oh, you found my journal. And I went and had a new one made. Crack dust! Well, I've no use for this new one now. You may as well have it.
Thanks.
Yeah, we got a journal.
I'm sure it will come in handy.
Thanks.
Every time something important happens, you should write it down. But you must learn how to scribe before you can write anything. Now...
I can't even write my own name.
Put that skin.
That's why everyone's name is Faben and Lakar. That's what happens when you have a generation of people that can't read or write. All the Dragonriders are functionally illiterate. No, don't go in there. I'm trying to... What we got in here? Kendrick, what's good?
Greetings, Decor. How are you this morning?
A little fragile after Nalaya's wake.
And how is Marath, our gold? Rumor is she may fly her clutch.
Morath is melancholy, yes, but Zenth has not mentioned anything. It is unheard of for a gold to leave a clutch.
Well, I suppose you'd know.
How goes it with the tithe? The Bendin wine that came in yesterday was a welcome addition.
I couldn't get it off the cart quick enough. Aye, the tithes seem in order, although there is a great shortage of ores in this last shipment.
As long as we have enough food for the cold, the ores can go hang.
But it's not like...
Is that slang for go fuck off?
Short. I'll have to ask the trader that brought it in.
They're not even smelting the ores. They're just giving you just the basic ores. They're like, do it yourself. Dragonrider? Hey, look, a rat. Cram.
Ooh, my throbbing ear.
Oh, that's not who I wanted to talk to.
What's the matter?
Chef Tom's got a right old temper on him today. I dropped a tray and he belted me. I'm surprised he didn't take my head clean off.
He whacked you in the head with a fucking belt?
Apparently, one of the Green Riders, don't recall his name, insulted all of the food that Tom laid out from the liar's wake last night. It nearly ended up in a fight.
So that's who, are those barrels not textured?
I've got to clear all this mess up from last night or I'll get another thick ear. You don't want one of these jars, do you? Tom says they should...
Oh, they're jars.
I think you might find a use of it.
It's a jar. Thanks. No, I meant to talk to Haram here.
I'm pleased the thread is waning. I'm not sure I could take much more combat.
Alright. Good chat. Good chat, you guys. Imagine... Oh, there's Tom. Imagine being imprinted on by a dragon. It's a big, huge ceremony. You're chosen to be a dragon rider, and it's a fucking green dragon. That's like winning the lottery, but then finding out that you won the lottery with like 200 other people, and they're splitting the jackpot up so you get fuck all. Because they put you like on the bottom of the fucking totem pole, it seems. Like, it's like, you're a dragon rider, but you're the worst kind. So, congrats and my condolences. Tom. What's up? He looks like a Tom.
Meat rolls not good enough for you, eh?
I have no more.
No, I love meat rolls, Tom.
Your food has always been of the highest quality.
Tell that to your arrogant friend Noeth. Too much salt here, this claw's too bitter, the herd beast tastes rancid. It nearly came to blows.
You have to understand, yes, Green is ready to mate, and that sets a rider on edge. I've spoken to him earlier, and he deeply regrets what he's done.
but he attacked me.
With the knife!
Which he is truly sorry. He didn't mean what he said.
Ah, well, maybe he had a point about the herd beast tasting off. The last lot was a feeble-looking bunch.
So he's forgiven?
For the time being. But if he ever does it again, I'll hang his hide out to dry.
I'll pass the message on.
Talking of passing messages, if you're going to Fort Hold in the near future, I've got an errand I'd like you to run.
Good.
Seeing as I forgave your friend and all, I figure you Dragonriders owe me a favor.
Well, what is it?
You're going to Fort Hold and then come and see me.
Okay. Roma, like the tomato, what's up?
Oh, Nicole, come to help me with my hatching ceremony preparations.
Does he have a googly eye too?
Big enough for a dragon.
A dragon-sized meal? Sounds good, Roma. What do you want from me?
What do I want? Why, ingredients, Nicole, ingredients.
Ingredient?
Big enough for a dragon. I need 3 cattle.
Here's the list.
100 pounds of apples.
Don't want you bringing back the wrong things now, do we?
I will write them in my journal, Roma, but I'm sure I can remember them.
That's the spirit, lad. Well, for starters, I need nettleweed, featherfoot, and a whole bundle of flax.
Ah, so we're trying to keep a dragon regular.
My, you're funny to call. I also need some old wine of at least 60 terms. Red wine, that is.
We good?
Is that
okay?
No, that's not all.
Oh my
you
God.
must also find me 4 tunnel snakes.
But tunnel snakes rule.
Yes, 2 nice big wary eggs for old Rome.
Wary eggs?
Indeed, that should be about it. Now you be off now and let me cook. Return here if you find any of those ingredients. But remember, we have some time yet before the ceremony, so you make sure you get all those other more important things done first.
Morning, Decor. What it will be this morning?
What will it be? I need something for this head of mine.
Need something for this head of mine.
Too much wine, eh? I've just the thing. My own personal cure.
Yeah?
What's in it? Nothing dangerous, I hope.
You'll have to wait and see.
What's wrong with your arm? A potent cure for headaches. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry. What do you have to eat?
We have 1 pie left and a few meat rolls and some fresh fruit.
I want the meat rolls.
I'd like the meat roll.
Meat rolls it is.
Yeah. Hot Pockets! That's a big bottle. Oh, and that completely filled up my red meter. The red circle up in the top is full now. Okay, so I don't think we did that when we played this last time. So we got the cure for headaches, and we took a swig of that. Now we're completely healed out. Chat's like, what's the matter? Someone steal your meat roll? Okay, we need to go talk to Neff and tell him that it's all good. He's taking a power nap before the meeting. Oh no, what the fuck is... I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, let's just go around and walk around in here and do some stuff down here. Yeah, so there's a secret up in the upper left where it says danger, keep clear, but I don't know how to get there. So we get the scribing room and Dern's workshop. So let's... Whoops. let's go learn how to write. Kevin!
I can't concentrate on this writing with people hanging over my shoulder.
I just got here, man!
Well, I'm sorry to have disturbed you.
Oh my, a Dragonrider. Forgive me, sir. I meant no offense.
No, that's more like it.
What are you doing?
Can you teach me how to write?
I'm here from Harper Hall to deliver a new batch of skins to the Wingleader's personal collection. However, I forgot a couple of important ballads, so I'm scribing them now.
So, you're a scribe. I don't suppose you could take some time to show me your skills.
I suppose so, seeing as you're a Dragonrider. I don't do this for everyone, you know.
Of course, and I appreciate it.
You already have a journal, so I can give you this ink stylus to use to scribe in it. Write small, as skins are precious, and write often, as information is even more so.
That's all there is? Write small and write often?
Well, yes. You can view your journal at any time by pressing the journal button.
Of course!
Whenever something
the journal button!
Happens, you should update
of course!
The journal.
Well, let's put it into practice.
Jillian.
You can't go out there. It's way too dark yet. You'll have to wait until daybreak.
What time is it? Did we stay up late?
I see you have a gathering jar on you. My daughter Imogen uses them to collect trundle bugs. Says she wants 6 of them. Can you believe it? Don't know what's got into her. She should be preparing herself for the hatching ceremony, not dilly-dallying with insects. If you spot any, it would be good of you to bring them to me.
But how do I catch them? And where are they found?
They could be anywhere. And to catch them, you'll need one of these.
Dude, is he giving me a bug catching net?
I've had it on me for 15 turns and never once needed it.
How do I use it?
Just select the crossbow and press the action button.
A crossbow?
From that mode, simply
You've
press
had
cancel.
You've had a crossbow for 15 years and never used it?
Tiny animals. I think you can buy quarrels, but I'm not sure.
Thanks. I'm sure it'll come in useful.
Remember, if you catch any bugs in that there jar, bring them straight back here.
So this guy wants his daughter to get ready for the hatching ceremony. He doesn't want her fucking around with bugs, but he tells me to go out and fuck around with bugs for his daughter. And because I had a jar, he gave me a crossbow. Because reasons. Buster Keaton rules. Talking about the scribe. He's all, now you can call yourself a Dragonrider of Pern. Dorn. It's good, man.
Cool. I take it
Whoa!
your riding gear was ready.
Guy's got a weird face.
He did.
Here. Nasty marks on the hide. And you got through that without a scratch?
A little bruise, but nothing to worry about. That jacket has lasted me for countless turns. It must have been the hide of the most stubborn wear on Pern. Garon's wing has taken over thread fighting duty now, anyway. So I suppose that is the end of the action for me.
I'm sure something's just round the corner to keep you busy.
I have a feeling you may be right.
So we can put that suit on somehow, I think. We mess with... It's in our inventory, right? Yeah, we can go over to this and put it on. We can... We kind of look like the Rocketeer. Here we go. Neth.
Decor, what news?
Well, Tom isn't too happy with you, but you're in the clear.
Tom? The cook? Oh, this is some sort of bad dream. He'll poison my claw for sure.
Fret not, my friend. The air is cleared, and your claw will be poison-free. Although you've done his herd beast a great disservice.
The bubbly pies were fine. It was the herd beast that tasted foul. Did you not taste it yourself? Bitter to the bone.
Bendon wine took away most of the taste, I'm afraid.
Well, thank you, Decor. I suppose I'd better go and apologize myself.
Yeah, you might want to go think about that.
Oh, by the way, I have some news for you.
Yeah?
Oh, yes.
Azoth thinks she may have found a potential werewoman within the weir. She seems to be a little more sensitive than the other Greens.
Really? Who?
Ramala Kendrick, the craftsman's daughter. She is out of the weir for the next couple of days, but perhaps you could talk to her when she returns. It would be good to find a new werewoman within the weir.
All these people talking about upholding traditions and blah 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 blah. We gotta pick the right we gotta pick the right werewoman for the right were job, okay? Okay, look, everyone's here for the student council meeting. Okay, who's missing? We're missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. But most everyone else is here. Lyda, there's Brack from the gambling room. I guess actually one of these seats is mine. Slán was the guy beating on stuff in his room. Temen was in the gambling room. And Faben was the guy who needed the scroll from one of the other guys. So we're still missing several people. At some point we can go outside. And then the game really opens up. Is the door opening? Yeah, okay. We can go outside now. Now that we've wrapped up the stuff with Neth and Tom. Alright, let's get out of here. Thanks for checking out this video by Gatorbox. To see more videos like it, please subscribe to the channel. You can also support this project financially at patreon.com/Gatorbox. You can also follow us at twitch.tv/Gatorbox to catch us live every Friday night at 9 p.m. Central Time for our main show. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.